tutorial. Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to show how we're going to detect characters from an image and how we're going to classify. We're going to use Python for this. Okay, let me show you the image. Okay, this image we're going to use. So in this image there are two lines. Okay, first line say this is lot number and second line is the expiry date. We will try to detect these and then we will classify these images. Okay, so let's quickly go to the Python. Okay, here. Okay, we first we list down what are the steps we will do, then after that we will start coding. Okay, so in the first step what do we need is, okay, let me just write the comments. Prepare the data set. Prepare the data set. Okay, in the next step, what do we once we prepare the data set, we're going to train the data set. In this there are sub procedures which we should follow. In 2.1, what should we do? We should load the images. Load the images. Let me write in small letter. Load the images or data set. And in 2.2 we need to resize the images to target size. This target size, it can be for us since it is a small character. Let's just check set 28 by 28. Okay, then number 3, we need to pad the images. Pad the images. While coding we will go into details why do we need the padding. Then there are some other steps where we're going to convert uh, these images to numpy array. Images or data set to numpy array. To numpy 10.5. We need to receive the array. Okay, and then in 2.6, these images are in integers ranging from 0 to 255 because the images consist of values from 0 to 255. So these integers we will convert into float values. Okay, convert array to float. Then we normalize or scale. Normalize or scale the images in the range of 0 to 1. Okay, so in number 3 we use one hot encode for the classes or the levels. Okay, pad the image. I think I missed out something here. After padding the image, we will split the images into train set and test set. Here we need to encode the train and the test levels. Levels or class. So in the number 4, so once this is done, this is where we have completed making the data set. Okay, so once we have completed making the data set, we will make a simple model to train. Okay, we just create a simple 3 layer models, and then train this data set and see how it performs. Number 5, after creating the model, we train the data set with this model. Then we plot and see how the model performs on this data. Then number 7, we save this model. So after this, number 8, which we are going to do it in a separate Python files, we are going to predict or classify new images. Okay, so let me save this file. I'll name this as character classification. Save. Okay, so we will go through all these steps one by one.
Okay, without wasting much time, let's quickly jump to the coding. So let's prepare the dataset. I already prepared the dataset, so let's take an egg. I'll just show you the images which I prepare. Okay, let me just open this in here. Okay, this is the image. Let me maximize. This is the image we're going to use. So in this image, there are 2 lines. First line, this line is for lot number, and this is for expiry date. So we're going to detect this character, and we're going to classify this. Okay, I have some set of images. From those images, I already prepared these sets. Okay, it's 0. I just use 4 characters. Okay, 4 numbers. Okay, this is a 0 So we have minus 0 to 9 and then R. Okay, let's see, this is R, the first, second, third and fourth. Okay, so this is the data set I prepare. Let's just load this in the Python. I copy this, I'll copy this location. So I already prepared a data set which we saw just now. So now we try to load this. Okay, so for loading the images we need to have the image folder or dataset folders. Okay, so this is the folder location. Say copy, let's change this to the reverse so that if there is any special characters like backslash and backslash t, you may not be able to read. Just change. This is a dataset folder. Okay, from this folder we're going to load. Okay, before that, to load the image from the directory, we need to import some header files. Import operating system OS. Using this, we are going to load the images from this directory. Okay, so let's list down what are the directory we have. Okay, directory, for directory in OS dot list the directory inside this folder, and then what we do, we just print and then see what are the directory inside this folder. Okay, print the directory. Okay, so we just execute this code line by line. Yes, for executing this code I press F9 in Spider, and then if it is a for loop or if loop, you cannot execute line by line, you have to execute the whole. So these are the folders, directory inside this directory. So let's just go and check whether it is. So it's 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and R. Okay, so minus 0 1 2 9 and R, so it's correct. Okay, so after this, what do we need to do? Inside this, now we can access the directory. Inside this we try to access these images. Okay, all the images. Okay. The images I have is a BMP format. So what we need to do is we need to get from this folder, inside this folder, something like we need to search all the star.bmp files, something like this. Okay, so if you want to search any file with particular extension, you can just search something like this. So we're going to use this. It will display all the BMP files inside this directory. Okay, so we will follow this method to detect all the BMP files inside these particular folders. Okay, for that we will use another library. Okay, import global globe. So this will list down all the BMP files inside this particular folder, corresponding folders. Okay, so let's quickly jump to the code. Okay, we have this directory, and then we will say the path directory, or you can just say any other, you can write any other variable names. So inside this os dot path dot join, what do we need to do? We need this data folder, and then we need to join this. So that here is the data set. So inside, here we will join this directory which is here. So which is going to give me the location inside here, inside, and then we're going to read it, all the BMP files inside. Okay, so we will join this directory, and we join this folder and the directory. Okay, join, and then you need the directory. Okay, let's just comment this and then execute, print this. See what it gives. See, these are the directory that has the location which we want. So now what we're going to do is, inside this we are going to access all the BMP files and then add it. So for that we need the images. Here we are going to collect all the images and the levels. Here we're going to collect all the class name, means like zeros, 1 and 2. Okay, its particular image and then corresponding level we will collect. Okay, so here we need to iterate. We need to so before this we need to use the, we will collect all the BMP files inside this directory. Okay, so what we do is we will collect all BMP files. Okay, BMP files or images from where? From path directory, then we, from inside this, we're going to select all the BMP files. So .bmp. Okay, so to get these we need to use the glob function. Glob dot this will contains all the BMP files. So now let's access these BMP files one by one and then add it to the images. BMP images, image, from all the files, and then we're going to add it. Okay, we cannot directly add it. First we need to read from the files, read from the uh, memory. Okay, read from the directory. So after reading only we can add it. Okay, so to read the file we use just use OpenCV. Okay, import cv2 as cv. I don't like using cv2 every time, so just I want to use cv. Okay, that's why I import as a cv. So now this image, I'm going to read it. I am read. So I am read, and then for BMP, so this will contains all the BMP files. Okay, so if you, in case if you want to, okay, let me, so we're going to read one by one this BMP file. We're going to read. Oh, okay, this is actually not a file, this is just a part. Okay, this print is going to be just a part. Let me just check how it looks like when we just print. Okay, print. Oh, globe is not defined, so I need to execute here. Now let's execute this together. These are all the file names. All the file names. It's reading all the file. It's reading all the file name. Okay, we are printing this. It will print like I have four sets inside. It will print four data, four file path. Okay, so now we have this. So we will just read one by one. If you want to view properly, you can write it here. Print this BMP image part is going to be part. What is my error? Invalid flag. Okay, what is the error here? Let me check all files from here and then do it. Okay, showing an error here. So error, okay, it should be in. Okay, so now we can print F9. So yeah, it will print all the file location. In the minus there are 1 2 3 4 minus 0, there are 1 2 3 4 0. In the 1 there are 0 1 2 3. Okay, so we have the image location. So now we will load this image using OpenCV. So the images I use is a grayscale images. So if we don't specify, it will also okay, but it will be in a color images which is having 3 channels. So the images I have is a grayscale, so I will specify loading as a grayscale. If you're using color image, you don't need to use this. I am read grayscale. I am read grayscale. Okay, so this is going to be my BMP image. Then this image I will add it in images one by one. Dot append. Similarly, each images is going to be corresponding with one levels. Okay, so in the level set I will add what are the level names. So it's going to be directory. Okay, fine. Levels is not defined. I think the spelling is not correct. Okay, so after this, so print. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, print the directory, not the directory, print the levels. What is this levels? And then we will also try to see what is the images looks like. Okay, so we can display images in OpenCV, but I will use another method. We can use matplotlib to see the image. Okay, matplotlib dot plt. So using this plt, using this we will display the images. We will not display all the images, we will just display one images and then see whether it's loaded correctly or not. Okay, using we need to execute this since added newly. So F9, so F9, execute the whole block. F9. Then what is my labels? So these are the levels. Okay, so let's plot the using pylon plot. Let's just display one of the images. Pylon plot dot im show image show. So we will display one of the index, maybe number 1 or number 10. Let's try number 10. F9. Number 10 is 1. So here this is not in the grayscale, so if you want to display in the grayscale, you can add here cmap equal to the gray. So execute this, then we will be in gray. You can also see here. Okay,